up, you guys? I'm DeAndre.
I'm Javante.
And this is a Dre and Jay review. And today we're reviewing the latest episode of WandaVision, which was episode 8. And this episode was a fucking emotional roller coaster, fam. God, oh my God, the feels that this episode put us through.
I agree. He kind of warned me. He had watched a little before, so he kind of warned me about it. But I was playing a little something crazier. But it was an emotional roller coaster, just from the standpoint of you really see all that Wanda's been through and why she wants to run away from all that she's dealt with. You know what I mean? Why she has created this fantasy world in her own head, and you empathize with her more. I mean, there's videos in the past that we've done that I've said like I think Wanda's the villain and stuff like that. And you really this episode really brings her to. You see her character as she goes through her lows, you know what I mean? And she's trying to deal with the loss of her brother still, which she's never really fully recovered from. And the fact that even when she does recover from, it's because of Vision and what he's done. We get that scene also, which is very nice, which shows which Vision's trying to help her move on from that. So basically, it's like everything just piles on. And then when she loses Vision, it's kind of like losing both again. You know what I mean? So this episode was very emotional. Gave a lot of backstory to Wanda, which we already knew a lot about Wanda, but I think we got a lot more backstory. And I like the tie-ins to the Avengers and all the other films, and that's one thing Marvel does a great job of. They tie everything together really nice, like with a bow. So
yeah. So that was a little non-spoiler. Now, before we actually talk about spoilers in this episode, if you haven't seen this episode, be sure to click away from this video, watch the episode, then come back to this video. Yeah. Because this is spoiler review. So, all right. So, first off, Agatha Harkness, man, she's one powerful motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, see, in Salem.
Ooh, she had them witches in Salem. They were over here trying to fucking pull up.
Trying to extort powers or something.
Yeah, like an exorcism or some shit.
She was just taking all they fucking, taking
like,
all.
Draining their ass, bro. Suck the life out them niggas, bro.
Literally.
Just...
Literally, yeah.
Oh my God, bro. That shit was crazy. And the way she was tossing Wanda around at the beginning, I was like, damn.
Yeah,
I ain't never seen my girl Wanda get worked.
But it shows that Wanda's even more powerful because she still needs Wanda to find out how Wanda's doing what she does. Wanda doesn't really know what she's doing. Like, she knows what she's doing. She don't really know like that, like how she did it. You know what I mean? So, like, Agatha was powerful, but it shows you the power scale of how powerful Wanda is without even knowing who she is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to that extent.
So, man, and just... we start exploring into Wanda's past, and one of the first things we start to unravel is why the sitcoms. And when Wanda was a kid, that's all she liked to watch with her family was American sitcoms. They were watching. You see, like the little chest, and it has a couple shows like Bewitched, and then you see her watch, Malcolm in the Middle, and you see her watch the Dick Van Dyke Show with her family. And I'm not gonna lie, like I don't know how many of you got caught off guard by that shit, but it caught me way off guard when the missile came.
Oh yeah, exploded.
Yeah, bro. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I to back off, piggyback what he just said. Yeah, and I see what sitcoms because even at her lowest moment when her brother and her were scared for her lives, the parents are gone. They see the Stark missile just waiting to go off. She still has the sitcoms play. Like the sitcoms still play on TV in the background. So I think that was like her calming place to keep her in this state of mind. She even states like what she state like everything's like everything just like a dream or something like that.
Yeah.
So like I think that's like kind of goes into what her character's been through this whole season with the fantasy land and stuff like that. I think it goes back to that moment. So I think that's why the sitcoms play such a huge part. And it made a lot of sense. You're like, okay, now I see why sitcoms was the way that she created this world, the theme of this world.
Yeah. And then so after that, we explore into Wanda getting her powers, which is really... Yeah, I know, Hydra. Hell Hydra. Hell Hydra. But it was just really cool to see, especially her interacting with the Mind Stone and exactly what was in the Mind Stone, apparently, which was the power of the Scarlet Witch. And I think, did it say that she had powers beforehand? Like,
yeah, Agatha, man, it kind of seemed like she kept the missile, like, the missile didn't deactivate because it was, like, a deactive missile, like, what the word for it is. But that because she, like, stopped it from going off. Which was kind of interesting. I was like, oh, so Wanda kind of already had powers, but she just didn't really, you know what I mean?
Like, it wasn't untapped until she...
Yeah, which would make sense because technically she's a mutant. So it's like, you know what I mean? Mutants are loosely born. Mm-hmm. Like, sometimes they're born with their powers. So it's just, it couldn't make sense like that. So I wasn't mad. I was kind of like surprised, like, okay. I was kind of surprised by it. I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting. But it made me like, oh, damn, so WandaVision. So the stone didn't really give her all her powers. It just inflamed what she already had in her, possibly.
For sure.
Enhanced, my bad.
Enhanced it. Yeah. And you see a little silhouette of Scarlet Witch, and that was really cool to see. I mean,
I ain't seen the Mind Stone. Seen the Mind Stone, man. I think that stone, man, the Tesseract, Tesseract technically, but I mean that has played such a big part in the MCU. Like the stones in general have played a big part in the MCU, but like seeing the Tesseract play such a big part in the MCU, where you have Vision getting his way, and then you got this right here with Scarlet Witch now. Then we have, you know what I mean? It just seems like it just plays such a big role. And I was telling DeAndre, I think low key part of her love for Vision could just come from the Mind Stone, being that she's connected to the Mind Stone in some way. You know what I mean? So I wonder how much is it. I'm sure she loves Vision, but I'm sure that her attraction to Vision came through because she had this connection with the Mind Stone, which we didn't know about, which kind of changed my perception about their relationship in general.
Yeah, I'm like, hold up, dog. Like, that love for Vision is real, my nigga. Like, don't.
No, I'm not down. I'm just saying, what if the Mind Stone kind of brought her to Vision? Like, I mean, like connected her to Vision on a different level. You know what I mean?
Like, it was like one of those initial starts. Like when you like somebody and you see there's just something that stands out to you, and then then the
or like you're connected to somebody. You connect somebody on like a personal level, then you fall in love with their outside, or the other way around. Like you fall in love with the outside and you love the inside. Like, you know what I mean? Something like that. Similar. Yeah. But I thought that scene was dope. And we go into the Avengers headquarters, which I'm still trying to give me a spot at, low key. But I mean, it's blown up now. But jeez. But
trying to get a spot on the roster.
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to build the team. The Avengers headquarters was low key a dope scene. I think that's a very emotional scene. We get to see Wanda and Vision really have, after Wanda has lost. I think this is right after they all came back from Sokovia.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like it's very close because she seemed like she's still trying to get over Petro's death and stuff like that. Petro's death. So it's like you see Wanda and Vision talking and watching a sitcom together, knock in the middle, and enjoying it. And he's, he don't really understand what comedy is at this time, so he's still trying to learn. And you see a nice little moment between the two.
Yeah, and one of the quotes that Vision says really stands out, and he's talking about like the fact that he, never experienced loss because he never had a loved one to, have that loss for. And then he said something, but he said grief is just love persevering.
That what he said?
Yeah. He said something like that.
No, he said love. You love when you have grief and you persevere, something like that.
Was it? I mean,
something like that. Sure. Sorry, guys, we messed up the quote. I'm sorry.
I mean, look, you can let us know in the comment section which one was right or
no, something like that. It's about love, and if you love somebody, like grief is part of that, and perseverance is part of that. Yeah, or something like that. It's something like that
for sure.
Yeah,
and I mean, just and then the next scene, we explore Wanda, and it's learning. That Vision's body is at Sword headquarters. Yeah. And so this scene really pissed me off in a way because it's like, wow, it changes the whole narrative. Mm-hmm. So initially, in the recent episodes, they showed the security footage and Tyler Hayward, the Sword director, made it seem like Wanda stormed in the facility and took Vision's body. Yeah. But in this episode, it shows that Wanda, asked to see Vision. They let her in. And she sees them dismantling Vision, and like she of course like she breaks the glass and comes to see his body, but they let her like observe him and shit, and that was a real emotional moment as well because that she says, I don't feel you and stuff, because that's one of their sayings that they said in Avengers Infinity War, where he was like, you can't hurt me and all I feel is you. Those are Vision's one of his last words. So
yeah, no, it was a tough moment. And then I think about the security camera footage. Remember, it was kind of like glitchy at points. Mm-hmm. I thought it was just because maybe her power would mess up the camera and stuff like that. But maybe they were
yeah.
But
that's what I'm saying. The show wanted us to believe Wanda was the villain.
They got me. I mean,
they got your ass. Me.
You were trying to get to the point.
Okay, but it took me a while. Initially, it took me probably until the Halloween episode is when I really said, okay, maybe Wanda's the villain. But initially, I was like, you know what, maybe Wanda is doing this for some kind of reason, but they're still good in her in a way. I was like Monica Rambeau. Yeah. I was like Monica. Your ass was like Tyler Hayward.
Hey, but you notice Agatha in the beginning, she talks about how Wanda. She's like, how were you able to control even the outer rim part of this whole thing? Remember I was talking about how the people were controlled, but it's like they went like couldn't move and stuff like that. They were like stuck in a place because she wasn't over there like working that shit, but she still controlled them. I think that's part with that, like what Agatha was talking about when she was talking about that. So I thought, okay, that's a prop to me. Give myself a little credit. I think I got that one. But yeah, to the point, I really thought Wanda was the villain at this whole. So I thought she was gonna be the future villain. But watching it, you know, I feel for Wanda. You know, I like Wanda.
But yeah, first off,
or the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, I know, right? First off, fuck Tyler Hayward, bro. If I catch that nigga outside, bro, it's a wrap. That nigga. Ass, bro. He like
the rest of the governor, the rest of the.
I know. That's the theme.
That's how Marvel is too.
That is literally the theme of Marvel. Any white person that's in charge of a head corporation is always evil. Always has evil intentions, and it clearly runs through this shit as well. We've seen it through Thunderbolt Ross. We've seen it through the guy that was in part of S.H.I.E.L.D., but you know, Loki was Hell Hydra, and now we got this nigga.
Nah, you know what it is? It's because. Okay, besides the Hell Hydra, most of these characters, similar to Tony Stark, they fear the unknown and they fear what could come, and they want to have control. So they create these forces to build, like to be able to compete with what they have to see or what they go against. You know what I mean? Like Thunderbolt Ross just wanted, in Hulk, he wanted to be able to combat that man. So he created a monster out of that. Even in Avengers, he's trying to like separate the team, trying to like, hey, we gotta calm y'all down. And then this dude right here, he's trying to like, he don't want. I get what he's trying to do though, because like I know he's a bad guy, but he's kind of I guess he's kind of like the bad guy.
He's a bad guy. Dude.
Well, I mean, he ain't bad though. He ain't trying to carry up the world and everything.
I mean, yeah,
like, he's bad. I get what you're trying to say. But his point is valid though. He said we can't let you have all this technology because Vision is superior as far as like his mind, and that's $3, like he said, $3 billion worth of vibranium. That's a lot of vibranium to put in the dirt, like he even said. So he's looking at like. Vibranium's a powerful metal. If somebody was to get Vision's body and fucking melt that shit down or do something with it.
It ain't like it was their vibranium, nigga. They remember Ultron.
Yeah, they all stole it. Yeah, they all stole it from my mans. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? I get what he was trying to say, but yeah, he's still like the bad guy.
I mean, yeah, thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, no, and then, you know, we get to the town, and Wanda, you start to see, like, oh, okay, this is the actual town. These are the actual people living in it.
They still look depressed though.
Yeah, I mean they
still look sad as shit in the movie. They didn't look. I thought, oh, maybe they were all like all happy and chilling and everything. They all look like they live their daily lives and shit, but nobody like look like they all like.
I guess maybe that's why Wanda decided to take over. Y'all was like, y'all suffering already. Let me go ahead and make this a happy place. But yeah, and it was just sad because you know she drives into this little this empty lot, and it's like this home that. People that they were going to start from the ground up with Vision, and you see the plans, and it's talking about like a home for when we retire or some shit that Vision wrote down. Yeah. And it's just sad, man. Grow old together. Yeah, grow old together. And it's just, man, like, you really feel for Wanda. And I'm going to be honest. Elizabeth Olsen, like, I wouldn't be... Damn, I'm over here slipping. Elizabeth Olsen deserves an Emmy, low-key, for this role. Really? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, I mean, she deserves consideration. Okay. For an Emmy. Because, like, the way she's been able to act out grief in this series, like, it's been done well. Like, I actually feel for her. Like, I'm actually grieving with her when I watch this shit. Like, because... I mean, we all watch Infinity War. We all watch Endgame. So we kind of know what the hell she has experienced. Yeah. You know, losing loved one. And not just losing them, but she lose them twice.
Why? Because we've seen Wanda... Every time since we've seen Wanda in Ultron, she's always been in this down place. It's always been bad for her. Like, we did about her family. Her losing her mom and her dad. Then she loses her brother. I mean, she's always been down. We never seen Wanda really have a moment of happiness until we get to... the beginning of Infinity War, low-key, because Civil War, there's like a connection between her and Vision, but it's still like this, you know, she's still trying to figure, the bombing just happened that she did, and, you know, she's kind of like a weapon, so trying to keep her, like, held in, like, captivity, so we really don't see her have, like, this moment of relaxation where she's, like, moving on with her life until we see her with Vision at the beginning, Infinity War. Yeah, and then that's when she don't have the accent no more either. You're brilliant about that. She probably she's like, "Oh, your accent goes and comes."
I know. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, but that's why I think why we feel for Wanda so much. Cause we never seen Wanda get a win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like never. Yeah. So yeah, and then it just returns. I mean, she like when in the middle of her grieving over Vision when she's looking at the house plans, like she starts exploding, kind of similar when she destroyed Ultron.
Yeah, it reminded me when she feels like her brother's there. I think it was when her brother's died.
Yeah, Pietro died.
Yeah, she like just she blows everything out. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that's what it reminded me of, but it's even more OP.
Yeah, and this time it literally just creates the whole town of Westview like into the old black and white. Macy, please. Shh. We'll go for a walk after. Okay. Sorry. So yeah, she just creates this whole town, and then she creates a copy of Vision. Yeah,
it's dope how she did that. Like she just basically taking her own she was taking her own parts of her body and creating this whole new person. But it was pretty dope.
Yeah, and it's just that's
welcome home.
Welcome home, and we return to present day where Agatha just sits in the crowd, just applauding and shit. How she did it, and you see her at the end. With her whole suit on, full power, flying.
Fuck out them kids.
Yeah, I know. She said, fuck them kids, bro. Straight
kids fucking feet going all back.
Got them niggas on a tight rope.
Like, you're the Scarlet Witch.
I know, and that was the crazy thing about it was that's the first time we've actually heard the word Scarlet Witch, appear with Wanda. Because, she's always been known as the Scarlet Witch, but we've never actually heard anyone say her name Scarlet Witch. It's always been Wanda Maximoff. So.
It's kind of changed my perspective. My perspective about the character of Scarlet Witch and Wanda. Like, I used to take it before we got this show and this episode specifically. I used to take it as like Wanda was naturally Scarlet Witch. It was just okay, you're the Scarlet Witch, like you know what I mean. But it's kind of more like Black Panther has like a mantle kind of passed down, like. The stone pretty much gave her the Scarlet Witch ability. You know what I mean? So it's like, it kind of like, what?
Well, no, I was going to say, I think more close, a more close perspective, I think of it more like Jean Grey with the Phoenix.
You can say that too, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like, it's just like, the Scarlet Witch isn't Wanda Maximoff, but like, she's the Scarlet Witch, if that makes sense.
Like, there's a powerful entity inside of her.
That has accepted her and said that they see potential in her. So it's kind of like crazy how they did that, like a mental type thing instead of like, oh, she's a Scarlet Witch name. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think that was pretty crazy. But you see how powerful she is. Like I have my friends, they're like, bro, Scarlet Witch ain't that OP. And so I'm like, bro.
They never thought she was OP from the beginning?
No, I had one friend tell me he think Thor's still that guy. I said, bro, she really buyed the whole Avengers, but just by playing with their minds, bro. She buyed all of them. Like, Scarlet Witch is the problem. I mean, now when we get to the X-Men, we get Rogue and Jean Grey, then we got some more problems. But right now, Scarlet Witch is a problem, bro. Like, she's legit. Yeah. And I never doubted that she wasn't legit. Like, I had no problem with her being this powerful. I always knew, hey, Scarlet Witch, she the one. And now she's gained more power. She just knows, she's learning her power. And when she finally gets to 100%, when she knows her ability and stuff, it's over.
Shit, she got all that untapped potential.
It's over. She's going crazy.
It's a wrap.
It's not for everybody. Ain't nobody stopping her.
But,
unless Professor X comes.
This nigga, he's still on his Professor X.
I don't think he's coming to the show though. I don't think he's coming to the show.
I still think Doctor Strange might come. Maybe.
I don't know how you get rid of I don't know how you gonna stop Agatha low key.
Yeah. So
I mean Doctor Strange could pop up. I'll be cool with that.
But yeah, so that's basically how the show ends, and then there's a mid-credit scene. So another mid-credit scene after last week's mid-credit scene. So this one, it's back to the sword operations on the outside of the little Hets. And you see them, like one of the sword agents, and she just walks up to Hayward, talking about, oh, he's ready, or he's active and shit. So you see that he used, or harnessed, the power that Wanda used on that missile that they sent. And you see in this container, now, I'm gonna call you out. Because when they showed the camera panning up, and they showed the legs, this nigga thought it was Moon Knight.
Now, okay, guys, before y'all go crazy, I'm kind of like, oh, this nigga tripping. Go look at Moon Knight, how he looked, bro. I was just thinking, Moon Knight has already been announced in the show. As like he's getting his own show. Mm-hmm. I was just thinking, oh, they're gonna do this. This is how they're gonna do Moon Knight. They're gonna bring him in like this, and I wasn't gonna be bad about it. But I'd be like, okay, that's how they're gonna bring Moon Knight. And it looked like Moon Knight from the bum. He had the cape. He had the white. I thought, okay, Moon Knight coming.
See, I didn't even see the cape when I first watched the cape. I didn't see the cape. I just saw the white legs. I thought it was Ultron for a sec, and then.
Ultron's a robot though. My shit makes more sense than yours.
What you talking about? Vision's a robot too.
No, it's different. Ultron's like a robot, like metal and shit. He's not like
Moon Knight is a person.
But they could change that. There's like Vision. Vision don't have this Mind Stone like coming up like that for real.
Nigga.
Oh my goodness. Bro, Moon Knight, I'm just saying, Moon Knight could have been, they could have just took a person, they could have made Moon Knight a fucking robot too, I'm just saying. But Ultron, his stuff's tripping because Ultron's literally like machine, like metal and shit. Like, he has openings and
okay,
shit.
but I'm just
He's
saying
got,
they
like,
could have made a different version of him that, of course, you don't use the same, like, material to build Ultron, but as far as the mind and everything, it could have been Ultron.
No, you can say that for sure. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I thought Moon Knight. I was like, oh, Marvel can introduce a new character right here and bring Moon Knight in, and then we get our own Moon Knight show. I mean, I'm just saying, like...
Alright, but anyway, so it actually turns out to be another Vision, but it's a white Vision. So I
Gray
mean,
Vision. I'd say a Gray Vision.
Yeah, I mean, because I think you're right. Like, he's probably going to be the adaptation of the Gray Vision that we've seen in the comics after Vision died. But it could be, I just think he's white because of how he looked. But at the same time, maybe that's just the lighting in the...
Maybe he'll gray out.
Yeah, maybe he'll gray out.
Maybe he'll change his color later on and become a little gray. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he'll change his color lips back to normal.
No, I ain't coming back. I've been said, though, after Infinity War, when he died, I said maybe he could come back. Maybe you could bring him back as the Gray Vision. Because remember how he grayed out and stuff like that? They got killed from the Mind Stone. Like, they took Mind Stone, he turned to gray. I was thinking maybe they're going to bring him back as the Gray Vision. If you want to bring Vision back possibly in the future. But then they didn't do it, so I was like, okay, man, they're not doing that right. They're gonna let Vision actually be gone. But now, like, Vision maybe come back into the MCU. I don't know what part he's gonna play in the major MCU, but he could be back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's my thing. I never thought that Paul Bettany, would just leave the MCU. Right. I just feel like he has so much more, going with the MCU. I didn't think that he was actually gonna leave.
No, for sure. No, I definitely think there's a future, and especially with everything that's happening with Rest in Peace, Chadwick Boseman, and the MCU kind of having like a lot of holes in because like you lost a lot of like Iron Man's going, Cap's going for. I mean, they say Cap's coming back for something, but Cap's pretty much going like you need to bring guys like this back. You know what I mean? Like, so it made sense why they would bring him back. Maybe it was like a last minute decision, like, damn, we lost Black Panther. We don't have Iron Man or Cap for real. Maybe we should bring back the Vision another way and try to fit him back into this universe.
Yeah. So, I mean, just trying to think about how I don't know if next week's going to be the last episode or if it's 10. I'm not sure if it's 9 or 10 episodes. Either way, next week it might be Vision versus Vision. We might see that battle.
I don't know who wins now, so I ain't gonna lie.
I know, low-key, shit.
Because Vision still has that Mind Stone in him. Well, he's fake though, but I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. I do think Wanda is gonna tamper with, that.
I think Gray Vision going to end up becoming a good guy. I think they're gonna reconnect or something like that. It's gonna, click for him or something like that. He's gonna turn. But man, Sword looking bad, man.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Sword, I hope when white, Gray Vision, whatever he is, when he gets activated, I hope he just slaughters all the motherfuckers. I hope he deactivates and just starts slaughtering and whooping their ass.
Wasn't that one chick that was talking to the old boy, your man's? Wasn't she the one helping Monica Rambeau?
Was she? I'm trying to think.
When Monica Rambeau went to her and said, she brought that damn truck and everything.
Was that the same girl?
I thought it was. I don't know. You have to let us know in the comments. I thought it was the same chick.
I gotta rewatch it.
So I'm wondering, damn, some Monica Rambeau people have been sidetracking her too. So it's like, damn, I don't know.
Sold her out. Also, did she ever announce the aerospace engineer that she knows? Because like a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, that's probably Reed Richards or some shit." I don't know if they've ever announced it. Yeah, so
that's Reed. Hey,
if that's Reed Richards, hey, bro, that shit. Oh man,
I'm just curious who's casted as him.
I know, right?
That quiet, probably. They have had. It's been quiet, so.
I mean, I've always, said John Krasinski. If they go,
I like it. And then bring his wife too.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Shit,
it worked.
But yeah, let us know down below your thoughts on WandaVision episode 8. What? Jennifer Lawrence. Nah, hold on. Jennifer Lawrence
as Invisible Woman?
Hell no, bro.
Hold on. The problem was with Mystique. She didn't want to be blue all the time. You put as Miss Invisible Woman, she ain't got to be blue.
Still, even when she wasn't blue, she was Katniss Everdeen as Mystique. She didn't like.
Yeah, my point is she didn't want to be blue.
I know, but I can't see her as Invisible Woman, nigga.
Why not? She looked good. She got blonde hair. She wears blonde hair.
So that's all. That's the qualities for.
And she's a good actress. She's a good actress. She does some good films. Look, my guy, Jessica Alba was doing it, and we love Jessica Alba's Invisible Woman. She's attractive. She also good. She's a good actress too. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm just saying Jennifer Lawrence come back. Jennifer Lawrence brings star power too. You bring Jennifer Lawrence in, people gonna come.
Y'all have me hooked for Fantastic Four. If you bring Jennifer Lawrence in, then I'm gonna be like, oh, all right, I guess it's gonna be ass again.
No, you bring Jennifer Lawrence in, you got something like Jennifer Lawrence has some good films.
No.
Jennifer Lawrence got good movies.
Yeah, she got a couple.
Jennifer Lawrence can't act.
Huh?
Jennifer Lawrence can't act.
Depends.
I'm not telling her to carry.
It depends.
She wasn't bad as Mystique. The problem was the character was they overused Mystique and made Mystique like she's like the person of the X-Men, and then she doesn't want to wear blue.
But that's my thing. You don't think that she's gonna want to be the powerful person as Invisible Woman?
No, I mean, the Fantastic Four is a family, so it's only 4 of them anyway. It's only 4, so honestly, she could be right behind her.
The X-Men is a fucking family. They share a whole mansion.
But there's a lot of X-Men. There's a whole team.
But that's what I'm saying.
And Mystique's not that guy. I mean, with Invisible, you can make... Not a lot of people know about the Invisible, the Fantastic Four like that anyway. They're not as high praised as X-Men are. So you can low-key make Reed Richards and Mystique, like Invisible, like on the same kind of page. Because she's also pretty smart. He's smarter, but you can also put them on the same page. She balances him out, low-key.
All right, so
you know what I mean?
2 questions now. Let us know down in the comment section below your thoughts on WandaVision episode 8 and whether or not you think Jennifer Lawrence would make a good Invisible Woman. Because I would love to see your comments on that. That shit, hell no.
Look, guys, before y'all comment say I'm fucking crazy, I lost my shit. Jennifer Lawrence has done a great job acting. She's done some great films, and I can see her. She's attractive. She looks the part. And I think she can come in and play a good major part in the MCU. Stamp me down for that. Kevin Feige, let's make it happen, my guy. Uncle Kev, let's make it happen. Stop.
All right, if you like this review, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and be sure to tune in for more. I'm DeAndre.
I'm Javante, guys.
All right, take care.
Take care, boys.